Regular viewers of this channel should know that we love dividends. So many of us are excited that AbbVie is about to trade ex-dividend. If you purchase the stock on or after April 14th, you won't be eligible to receive the dividend. The others who purchased it before will get paid on May 15th. The next dividend payment for AbbVie will be $1.18 per share. Over the past 12 months, AbbVie has paid a total of $4.72 per share. At the current price of $79.75 per share, AbbVie has a trailing yield of 5.9%. So, how is AbbVie looking as an investment now with the current downtrend? Well, let's take a look. The dividend for AbbVie is an important aspect of investing in the stock. So if a company pays more in dividends than it earns in profit, then the dividend could be unsustainable. AbbVie's dividend payout ratio is about 83% of profit, which means the company is paying out a majority of its earnings. That also means that the relatively limited profit reinvestment could slow the rate of future earnings growth. This could become a worry if earnings began to decline. However, cash flows are even more important than profits for assessing a dividend. In that regard, AbbVie distributed 50% of its free cash flow as dividends. This is a comfortable level of payout for most companies. Also important is that AbbVie has grown its earnings 37% a year for the past 5 years. In the past 7 years, AbbVie has increased its dividend by about 17% a year on average. Thus, both earnings and dividends have grown well over the past few years. While it's tempting to invest in AbbVie just for the dividends, always be mindful of the risks and conduct your fundamental analysis. So, let's take a look at our charts to see what they indicate. Today we're going to look at two charts, beginning here with the monthly chart that goes back to 2013, and we're looking at AbbVie. The symbol is ABBV. For disclosure purposes, I do not hold any shares of AbbVie at this time. Now, looking there in early 2013, from that point through the current time frame, we have a reasonable uptrend. Not strong, but reasonable. What's more impressive, though, is that level it got down to in the recent downtrend was consistent with that level there in mid 2019. It didn't go below that. That's pretty strong. Also, the current price 79.75. In previous videos, I had indicated that I wanted the stock to stay around that $80 per share. Now, it went all the way down to the low to mid 60s, but it bounced back pretty quickly, and that is impressive. Even more impressive is this here, the MAC. The bottom, say in mid 2019, but the recent downtrend has not budged that fast line or the slow line. Both of them are moving in lockstep near the zero line. That's very strong. I think the stock wants to run. Looking at the histogram, you can see the same thing. Price rate of change, also nice and strong, near that zero line. Very impressive. Moving here, relative strength, moderate 48.52, also good strength there. Moving into the stochastics, same thing. It looks like the fast line wants to base around that midline or 50 line. Moving down here into volume, there was some negative volume, but it wasn't real strong. Into the Williams, we had that base here, and here is the base in the recent downtrend. Very good improvement. Moving on up there. Back to the price chart, one last look. Let's go take a look at AbbVie on the weekly chart. And looking at the 2-year weekly chart on AbbVie, we see a lot of strength in here as well. Once again, the bottom there from the recent downtrend did not go further than that bottom there in 2019. And then it moved back up to 79.75, near that $80 per share mark where I wanted it to be before. That is very strong. You can see the strength there also in the MAC with the fast line trying to base here in that area near that zero line with the fast line still above the zero line. I think it'll base here. Hopefully it'll base here relatively soon. And being within striking distance of that zero line is very strong. See the same thing here in the histogram, moving into the price rate of change that also wants to bottom here. That's all the way down to 9.4 and 6.8 negative, but I think it's all right. It's within striking distance of that zero line. Relative strength, also a moderate 46.82, but it wants to improve. Into the stochastics, you can see the bottoming trying to base here at that point with the fast line just about to go through the slow line. We're also near that midline. So very good strength. Volume looks fine. And then the same thing in the Williams. Nice base with a nice move on up. Hopefully this will move past that midline up into that overbought territory. I think it will, given some time. Back to the price chart. Both the weekly and the monthly show good strength. I think AbbVie is a great candidate, but as usual, conduct your fundamental analysis. And for today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.